Yay, fish. Tomato. So yeah, how are you doing, everybody? This is part 2 of the squirrel guarding. Now, you can see here this is beautiful. How do you do this? On and on and on. Well, if you've ever received this complaint, and it's absolutely terrible, I think the rewards outweigh the checks and balances on it. So what will happen is you're cast out, you're off the grid, you're been remediated to the wolves and so on. And you have 47 views on your YouTube channel, but there's something you can do. Do you see the tree there? Just there, not that one, not this here quite yet, but that right there. Open the canopy. So look, it's really hot. It's really hot, and you might lose some teeth in the process because another moon has passed, and the moon phases are fairly important to your gardening. But you may notice how important the moon phases are to your cleaning. You ever tried to clean your house and it just doesn't work out right? Well, do the wash and then clean your house. It's lovely. You know, I laugh, but this has been the 6th moon, I think it was. It's the first one, replace the first one with the next one with the next, and the next, and the next, and finally we're here, and I have some pain on my face, but you know, if you can't beat them, join them. So I have a little the paint has been talking again, and talk. Well, you really mustn't, or rather, if you really must, you should consult the ages carefully, because this was lost to the ages. Becoming a Roman citizen is kind of a joke. I am a Roman. What are you doing? Okay, so let's move on and fly to California for a moment. Don't have to do that too often, but where is this going? You see how this can be twisted around the other direction, and it's gone backwards, and people really don't understand what they're talking. Well, and it makes all kinds of noises and stuff while you're talking. You ever notice that? Do you ever pick up some devil's claw from the store and you can't find it anymore? Well, okay, so it comes down to this. You're messing around with the pH content and so on, and you get this at the top of here with the sand. Like, well, you're gonna have to get a bag of peat moss and get it put on there to cover the roots up. You see there, see that really strong tomato stem there? Well, you have to cover them up with because they're very, very shallow. And these have been successful. This is how big to be. To be or not to be. And you'll notice, this is just kind of box there. So if I were to continue with it, I would just say I was captured and struck by lightning. But I was able to escape because I don't have a loose association. You can't make loose association, which implies one thing and one thing. So we don't want psychotic tomatoes and so on. And so by power of the two, we should have something with the soil at least, at the very least. Yes, you have something very, very, very unique. And don't laugh, but this is what they've been discussing the whole time. This is what is so important. Nearly all hours of the day, um, despite being shallow and so on, is that you could likely surmise a way out of this. We can get back on the ambulance. Where is not coming? Oh, there it is. So anyways, back to California. How likely is it that you'll get an ambulance back to California? I don't know. He doesn't know. We don't know. But I'm sure, absolutely sure, that we could very likely losing all your teeth trying to explain this horrible condition that you're in from that one single complaint. To garbage, trash, that sort of thing. You can't ghostly sew things together. So if the world were perfect, we'd all have become Romans. Rome. I'm going to invade your village, remove all of your women from their terrible condition, and then revoke your bread stamp. Wow. Because you can't sew these things together. You can't join them in any kind of way. It's what provokes people's anger. Alright, so look, here's what I'm going to do. Join the two canopies together, and it makes a lump on your head. Lump. So we'll make our turn here. And when I say that, I mean Neptune has come to us. Neptune. It's the summation of 30 days of you recording your sleep patterns and so on. We rested here, we did this, we did this, we did this. We'll combine all of them together all at once in the next, 30 seconds. You have a minute or so to do this. And it makes the canopy come down and sit on the ground there for a moment. So, doing that, you may ask, I'm trapped in here, and what happened to you? What happened to you when you die? I didn't die. You're staring at me in the face. Who is that? That is called the planet Venus. So Venus, Neptune. Wow. Wow. Who's greater, Venus or Neptune? I don't know. Caesar says that you follow this star, this one single star, and it will bring you great fortune. She rises in the morning. I am the morning star, Jesus said. Nobody knows what he's about, really. Because he's written the whole book in Aramaic, and it is fantastic to decipher this message. But what are you going to do about the tomatoes? I still can't explain why they're so beautiful. Well, look, I mean, I got the idea from fish. See how the fish are very beautiful fish there? You think for 1 minute that I'm still thinking about that? It's just this, if you're able to create this uh, sense, foundation, then you could very likely grow anything else. So you get these reeds and you make a framework, and then after you finish the framework, you'll notice that it's too heavy like this, and it bends over and breaks. After it's broken over like that, you have to string them up. So I don't know if anybody in the world has been successful at explaining this, but I've been able to string them up so the canopy is visible there, and this dense area here remains. You see, those tomatoes have taken them for themselves, and you can kind of wave to them after you've been to the store. You say, "Hi, tomato." Oh, they says, "Well, we're way up here because you ate all that lasagna." Are you kidding me? You can wait for them to ripen here. Be careful bending over, but they're gonna all be ripened because they fell off there when I was doing the work. So what is your recipe for lasagna? Go out there and grab some beans. I've been successful with beans. I've been successful with carrots. Their carrots are delicious. Boil them and then serve them with butter, you know, and then you just build the 3 or 4 layer lasagna with ricotta cheese and mozzarella after you've completed the sauce. The thing about the sauce is it's done the same thing over there as it's done in the saucepan, which is it's congealed and made something else from where it started from. So you have this lovely sauce and you add the sausage to the sauce and it gives it more flavor. So you're able to have that signature marinara taste. You can do it in the blender, but you just simply have to chop them up. Then a blender may make some pizza sauce. You can try making pizza if you're really, really fascinated. If you haven't been taken already by the lasagna, you see. So have a wonderful day. And if you ever feel pain in your face, you know, take an aspirin. But that's what it is. It's the mood coming back and saying, well, I told you to plant tomatoes, I told you to plant green beans, and I also told you to plant carrots and then grow some basil. I didn't tell you anything else. So you can look at the Jews for a moment and say, well, that's the way they did it. That's the way I ought to start doing things. Well, there's plenty of ducks to roast in the oven, I'm sure. You know, but this is how I've been successful. we go out and we grab something from the garden, and it's just simple. It's very simple. The lasagna noodles. I mean, it's delicious, and it keeps for a little while. But I'm just completely fascinated by the small space squirrel garden.